Hi, I'm David Bloom at the USC Marshall School of Business. We're here today with Tiffiani Frye, Director of Undergraduate Admissions here at USC Marshall. We're going to talk today about what a student in high school needs to think about when they apply to USC Marshall for admission as a freshman. Welcome, Tiffiani.
Thanks, David.
What are this is the eternal question. What do I need to get into USC Marshall? This is a great school. It's got really top students. What do I have to do? Do you have to have top GPA? Is it leadership? What is it that you have to do?
Well, we're looking for a combination of qualities and characteristics. And we're certainly looking for students with leadership ability and potential.
Okay.
We're also looking for students who are engaged in their community, whether that's on their campus or in their home communities, and also students who are challenging themselves academically and performing to the best of their ability.
So when you say challenge themselves academically, you mean they're taking tougher classes, even if they're not getting as good a grades as they might in a basic level course?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. We're looking for students who are going to take that leap, to take a course maybe out of their comfort zone, and they're able to perform well. That's certainly what we want to see in a student's academic performance. Not necessarily that they're all A's, but they are certainly adventurous enough to try more challenging courses that may be available to them.
Okay, so that's an AP class, it's honors class, those sorts of things.
Absolutely.
Now, that's, as you say, no, not the only thing, and this is what makes it much more complex and complicates your job a lot. You talked about being engaged in their community. What do you mean by that?
Well, there's a lot of ways that students can show their involvement and their commitment and interest in their community. Some students may get involved with organizations that are home to their school, or they may get involved with organizations that are akin to their religious organizations, political organizations, Boys and Girls Club. We have students who have coached soccer and little league, baseball, whatever their passions are, that they are pursuing those and they're sharing them broadly with others. That's certainly a characteristic that we value.
Okay, so, and you mentioned as well leadership. How do you convey your leadership skills if you're a student coming through high school thinking about coming to USC? How do you talk about that?
Sure. There are the traditional things that come to mind, and we know that not everyone's going to be the ASB president, but certainly students who get involved with maybe starting an organization or get involved with taking on responsibilities within an organization can certainly show leadership.
Okay. Um, Having put together that package, they have to write, I believe, essays and some other written material. What kinds of things are you looking for in that part of the application?
That's probably the favorite part of the application for all of us who read applications. It's really trying to get to know the applicant. So we have a number of writing prompts that allow us to really get to know the thoughts and the interests of the applicant. We have writing prompts that serve as an essay. We will also ask the student to share with us why they're interested in the university, to talk to us about the things that they're involved in that are the most important to them. So, not necessarily a resume or a laundry list or one of those conventional writing prompts or exercises, but something that's going to allow them to really detail the hours of commitment that they invested in a particular effort. And then we're also going to ask them just, what's the last book that you read for fun? We're trying to understand what your favorite food is. Just things to, again, to allow us to know the student beyond just the statistical information.
Sure. Um, how important, if you're coming to Marshall,
Mhm.
is it that, for instance, you be really good in math?
It's not very important actually because the university here is very well equipped to offer students math class to bring up their math abilities such that they'll be able to perform well in their business core classes. So the business program itself is not for people who are innately skilled in math or math is their favorite subject. It's helpful in some cases, but it's not necessary, no.
It's not a defining thing about whether you can get in or not.
Not at all.
We have more international students at USC than any university in the country by a long way, and have had that distinction for quite some time now. So clearly, we're open to kids from all over the world. Some of those kids may not be as skilled in the English language. What do they need to do when they consider an application to USC Marshall?
Well, they should feel confident that we do have a number of resources here for students who need any assistance with language proficiency. We're very fortunate to have the American Language Institute that resides right here on our campus that offers a great deal of support to all students. And we also have a great writing program and communications program that's built right into the core. It's one of the reasons why you come to USC, because we're not looking for students who are complete in any way, or nor do we think that they're empty vessels. We're really here to build on their skills and to help grow them.
Right. Marshall offers a lot of minors. There's been some conversation quite a bit here at the university about trying to build a well-rounded student. What what are the major initiatives that the university has done in that regard?
Well, I think most of those initiatives are have actually come from the president's office and the provost office. There are a number of university recognitions and awards that students can compete for that will inspire them to pursue their academic interests outside of their home department. There are programs like the Renaissance Scholars Program that would encourage a business major to also perhaps pick up a minor in music or theater or engineering or biological sciences. And these are really the key points about USC and the Marshall experience that would really attract a student who is very entrepreneurial about their education to come and study at USC.
Why should somebody come to USC Marshall?
You come to USC Marshall because we are a school that believes that the classroom is not the only place that one would learn. We're a university that believes that learning is boundless, so we use the greatness of the Los Angeles area as well as our connections abroad to create a very holistic learning experience for students. Students do research as early as their freshman year, students travel abroad as early as their freshman year. Students are encouraged very early on to think about their education in more broader terms than just what they might want to learn so they can get the job.
One final question. There's always been a conversation about how useful the standardized tests may be in your all's decision-making process. How do you all weight that as part of your conversation about each student?
Well, the standardized tests are important because they do give us some barometer metrics in which we're judging a very dense application pool. But it's not the only thing that informs the admissions decision by far. We do look at a variety of tests. We also look at the ACT as well as the SAT 1. We are also able to look at the student's composite score. So for a student who may test higher on an ACT versus the SAT 1, we'll use the higher of either test. Conversely, if a student takes the SAT 1 more than one time, we will use the highest sittings of each test to create the composite in which we review their test score. So we do everything that we can do to advantage the student by their exam.
Great. Well, thank you very much,
You're welcome.
and
Thank you.
we're glad to talk about this.